All right. Good evening, everyone, and you guys are welcome to Next College once more. In this class, we are going to talk about what responsive design. We are going to focus more on responsive design. You can ask yourself, well, what is responsive design? Okay. Even before we even explain that, by now, most of the things you have been doing, making use of flares, grid, and thereabouts, we are just doing all these things statically for the desktop. That means if you try to shrink the size of the desktop, okay, it's not going to balance well. Everything will just be what? Shrinking. Okay, together with what? With the window. It does not make sense. And now if you deploy this application, even though yet we have not learned about how to deploy our application, maybe static application to GitHub or other maybe Basel, okay, which we are still going to do what learn over the time. If you have deployed this application and you try to use this in your phone, you are going to be disappointed in what you have done because it's not going to look good. Apart from even phone, let's not talk about all this smartwatch. Okay, it's not going to look good. Tablet is not going to look good. It's just going to look good only when you are using your desktop or when you are using your laptop. Because you just designed this specifically for what? For laptop or for desktop. And that is not what we are applying to what to achieve. Now, probably before now, developers actually passed through some stress. Okay, it was very, very stressful for them back then. How is it stressful for them? It's stressful because what they used to do, they are going to design for what? For mobile separately, different HTML page and thereabout. They design for what? Design for laptop separately. That means they are going to deploy all this application in what? In different let me say hosting platform. Now, people that are using phone, they are going to make use of different URL. Let me assume now that you want to register at Next College. You just type www.nextcollege.dev. Automatically, you are directed to our homepage, and from there you can register. All right, good and fine. Do you know that back then, if you are using phone, they can add maybe phone.nextcollege.dev because for people that are making use of phone. Okay, that means a different what? A different link. But now you use one link to access what? Our site using your phone, using your smartwatch, using your tablet, using your laptop, even what? Your smart TV. You use all these things to access just one link and you're able to access using different devices. But before, you have to create you have to host for mobile phone. So people that are making use of mobile phone, they are going to use a particular link, okay, to access for mobile. That means if you now start making use of laptop, you have to know the link for laptop on. Just imagine how stressful this was. Okay, because of just to access someone's site, you have to know the site for what? For laptop. You know the site for tablets. You know the site for what? For phone. It's very, very stressful. Okay. Now over the time, people now saw that this actually is a problem, and this needs to be what? To be solved. And that is when responsive design now comes into play. Okay. Now they were able to say that how do we even determine that this screen is this particular device is maybe a phone or a tablet or a large device, maybe it's a very big computer or desktop? How do we know that? The easiest way for us to know that is based on what? The screen size. That is the easiest way. Even though there are some other way you can use to know that, but the easiest way is the screen size. I've never seen a phone that is bigger than normal laptop. and you call it a phone. It's not possible now. Okay. I've never seen a phone that is bigger than tablet. A phone should be something you can hold in your hand. With your one hand, you can be able to do what? Hold a phone. Once it's actually escaped you holding your phone with your one hand, you have to hold with your two hands. Then that means it's no longer mobile phone. All right. That means it's going to be what? Maybe tablet. Okay. So tablets, most of the time, for you to operate it, you use your two hands to hold it because of what the screen size. Okay, use your two hands to hold it. That means we move from phone, okay, to what? To tablet. Now, bearing in mind, you have seen some tablets that are big, some are actually what? Small. Okay, so that means tablet also has what? Different type of size. So you have small tablets and you have what? Big tablets. And those big tablets, all right, is almost, some of them almost have the same size with small laptop. You have seen some laptop that are small. They are not like normal size of laptop. Okay. Some laptop are actually portable, very portable. Okay. All these MacBooks, most of them are very, very portable. They're almost like tablets. Okay. So you can see how this screen are just changing. We move from phone, mobile device, or mobile phone, all right, to small tablets. From small tablets to big tablets, which can share the same size with what? A small laptop. Okay, they'll move from that small laptop to normal laptop. Okay, normal laptop, something like around 14 inches laptop or 13.5 inches laptop. All these are normal laptop. They'll move from there to what? Larger what? Device. Something like your smart TV, okay, it's a larger device, or very large computer. Okay, very large what? Computer is also what? A larger device. Can you guys see me? All right. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, taking a look at all these things, how are we going to make sure that everything we are doing is going to actually fit in? Okay. How are we going to do that? Because it's going to be what? A problem if we try to repeat what our ancestors are trying to pass through. They have solved the problem for us. And as you are learning, you are meant to know what you are supposed to do, what you are supposed to do. Okay. And the first thing first, we are going to start with what you have been doing so far. I'm going to make use of color as an example to illustrate the changes. Okay. So that is the simplest property that we can actually use. I'm going to make use of what? Color. Then from there, I now use grid as an example because people actually make use of this grid very, very well. Okay. I'm going to make use of grid as what? Another example. Good and fine. And then what you are meant to understand here is this. Most people, okay, even though we are encouraged to actually do more of mobile design first, but someone like me, even though people are encouraging that, right? Even some things you are going to learn in future time, which is Tailwind CSS. It's just the same way you making use of what? Normal CSS, but it makes CSS actually easier. You are still going to learn that one. But you can't learn that one without you understanding what you are doing now. Okay? So you must understand this. It's just like you jumping from nursery 1 to primary 6. No, it's not possible. You have to pass through what? Those phases before you get to what? Primary 6. If not, you are going to fall. It's not going to work. Okay? Now, in this class, we are going to do what? We are going to focus on desktop or higher screen size first. Then, once you are done designing for desktop, they're gonna say, oh, what is the next screen that we are going to work on and thereabout. But before you move into that, I'm going to share my screen. Then we'll go to our Escari draw. Look at some of these sizes. All these sizes have what? They have a value. Okay, they have a value. Okay, it's not like a static value, but a value that can just that we can just use to give what an inference that, oh, if this particular device is up to this particular amount of size, that means it's phone. Or if it's less than this, that means it's phone. If it's less than this, that means laptop. If it's less than this, that means tablet. Okay, so we can be able to do what, to indicate or demarcate what, demarcate that. Now I'll be sharing my screen. Then we'll move to our Scarlet draw, which is going to help us do what, to illustrate everything that we want to discuss. All right. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So we are here. First thing first, we have what? We are going to have a laptop. Okay. So this is going to be what? It's going to be a laptop. Okay. The next one, we are going to have what? We are going to have a tablet. Okay, I think I should just draw it down, or let me just use here. Okay, we are going to have what? A tablet. Okay, we have a tablet just this way. Okay, in the next one, we have what? We have small tablets. Okay, the next one, we have what? We have a mobile what? A mobile phone. Okay, so you have a mobile phone. All right, so I can shrink this a little bit. Let me just remove this. Okay, so this is what we actually have. Okay, and this is what we are going to what, consider when we are designing what, our application. Now we have what we have. This one is the normal thing we have been doing, even without giving a command and thereabout. We have the screen size. Okay, this one is what, a large tablet. Then this is what, a small tablet. Then this is what, our mobile phone. Okay, then what is the size that we can say, okay, this size from here to here should be what, should be called, let me say, a laptop or a smart TV or thereabout. We can't really give a specific size for that. Okay, it's not possible to say, okay, specific size is this. But we are able to come together, all right, and now assume that there is a size that, okay, from here and above should be what, should be a laptop. And everyone that is working in all these devices and thereabout, they are following that particular standard. Okay, so you can say from here, from this particular size, from 120 pesos and above should be called this. From 50 pesos and above should be called this. Okay. Also track that our phone, our laptop or our desktop is going to be what, for 1,024 what, 24 pesos. Okay, and the above should be called what, should be called a laptop or a large what, a large screen. Okay, should be called what, a laptop or what, a large screen. That means I can just pick up a letter here. Okay, so here I can just call this, okay, laptop, or let me just call it desktop. Desktop. Then what is going to be the size? So the size is going to be 124 and above. Let me say pesos. And what, and above. Everything just cleared. What's happened? Can you guys hear me? Everything I've been drawing, just everything just cleared. I don't know what's happened, but everything just cleared. Okay, let me just quickly just draw everything back again. Okay, so this is going to be what's in our laptop. Okay, another one. All right, so let me just pick a letter. Start it here. Let me just call this desktop. Okay, pick another letter. Start it here. So I can call this one okay, tablet. Let me use calculator. Okay, tablets. Then same here. Start it here. Then call this one small words tablets. And then this one, I'm going to call it what? Call it what? A phone. Just phone. Can you guys see what I'm drawing? All right. Okay. I can just expand this a little bit. Okay. Then expand this a little bit. Good. Then expand this a little bit. This is much. Good. Then for phone, same thing. Why is not clicking? I think the size is just too small. Let's just leave it that way. Okay, so we have desktop, we have tablets, we have small tablets, and we have our phone. Now, our convention is that once a screen is from 1024 and above, we are going to call it what? We are going to call it a desktop. Okay, so I can pick this, then come below here and say 1024 and above. Okay, so that means this is what is a laptop or a desktop. All right, so that is it. So once a screen is from 1024 pixels and above, that means it's going to be what? It's going to be a desktop, laptop, okay, and thereabout. Then also, you can pick for this one, for this our big tablet or normal tablet. Okay, so what is going to be the size for this our normal tablet? So the size is going to be 764 what? 64 pesos. Okay, 764 pesos and what? And above. Okay, so you can just say 764 pesos and above. 764 pesos and what? And above. Okay, good. Then this one now is going to be what? From 740 pesos, sorry. 740 what? 40 pesos and above. Okay. Let me expand it. All right, then for this phone, by default, you should know that, oh, there is no value for saying this thing and above. You cannot say below 640 what pesos. Below 640 pesos. So anything below 640 pesos is regarded as what? As a mobile or as a phone. Okay, now we understanding this thing from this escalator is going to make this easier for us when it comes to what our CSS. Very, very easy for us. Okay, going over everything again, we have the making of these four screens. This is desktop, this is tablet, small tablet, and this is our phone. Most of you guys that are here, you are going to have what only what desktop and a phone. Okay, some of you that also have tablets, good and fine. So one, you must have about one or two of these things here. All right. Now I'm not saying that once a particular device is for 124 pesos and above, that means what? That means that particular device is what is going to be a desktop. That's what we call it, a desktop. All right. Then for this one, once a device is what 764 pesos and above. Okay, so it's regarded as what? As a tablet. Now, most of you now will ask the question, since we are saying 764 pesos and above, but this one also saying 124 pesos and above, that means once we have something like let me say 2,000 pesos, you see under this particular tablet, good and fine, you are correct. You are correct, and that is what we call what breakpoint. Now, we see that this one is from 1,024 pesos and above, is going to be a desktop. But we now came down and said that 764 pesos and above is going to be a tablet. That means from this 764 pesos up to 1,000 pesos, you see what? You see a tablet till it reaches this particular 1,024 pesos. Automatically, the browser has a way of doing what? Of changing it immediately. You just change it and it now be seeing this as what? As a desktop. Same thing happens when we now come down and now see this particular small tablet. From 640 pesos and above is what is small tablet and above. But immediately after small tablet, we have big tablet. And that big tablet, the play point is what? 764 pesos. Okay. Then looking into this, we have 640 pesos and above for small tablet. That means from 640 pesos to 700 pesos to 750 pesos, it's regarded as what? A small tablet. But once it hits 764 pesos, immediately it turns from small tablet, all right, to what? To big tablet. So any design or any style you are giving for big tablet, automatically this design is going to do what? Come into play immediately. Then we now move down to the next one, which is what? A mobile what? A mobile device, just a phone. All right. They now say, okay, this one is anything that is below 640 what? 640 pesos. Automatically, we call it what? We call it a phone. Okay. So anything that is below 640 pesos automatically is regarded as what? A mobile device. Can you guys hear me? All right. So that means once you cross 640 pesos, automatically, immediately, it will enter what? Small tablet. Then once you cross 764 pesos, immediately, you have entered what? Big tablet. Once you cross 1,024 pesos, immediately, you have entered what? You have entered a desktop. Okay, and these are what? The sizes that you use for what? Our design. Okay, so 1,024 pieces and above is for a desktop, 764 pieces and above is for a tablet, 640 pieces and above is for a small tablet. Then anything below 640 pesos, all right, is going to be what? Is going to be our mobile device. All right, so if this is well understood, then we can go into our code and start practicing this. So is there any question concerning what I was able to explain here in the SCARI draw? Any question at all? All right, okay. Any question? Okay, can go on, please.
Good evening, House. Please,
Yeah, good.
throw more lines on those lines again, please. I'm not clear, sir. Please.
You have to be specific. In which place again?
Those desktop tablets, those the number you said 1,000 something. So actually, I will understand it well, sir.
Okay, repeating this again, but next time when you want to ask question, you should be specific. It's just like telling me to repeat everything again, okay, which is not welcomed. All right, okay. This is what I explained earlier. We have different screen size. Okay, we have size for phone, we have size for laptop. So when you are designing your website, okay, your website, most of the time you're designing it with your laptop, not your phone, right? And when you are designing with your laptop, you are going to design it to fit how it's going to look good in your laptop. But if I'm making use of my phone, it's not going to be good with my phone. It won't look nice. Okay, how am I going to handle this kind of issue? So this is a problem. This is a very big problem for us. Okay, and from there we now adopted that there is going to be different values for all these screen size. And I see that, okay, since you are making use of laptop by default, you are going to start with what? Desktop design. And I say that once a particular value, the size of a screen, okay, is from 1,004 pixels and above, that means that device is what? Is a desktop or a laptop. Okay, is a desktop or a laptop. From 1,024 pixels and above is what? Is a desktop or a laptop. Then after desktop, we have another screen size, which is smaller than what? Smaller than desktop. And that one is what you call what? Tablet or big tablet. Okay. Now this tablet, the screen size for tablet is at least 704 pixels and what? And above. At least 704 pixels and what? And above. That means from 704 pixels, okay, that means from 704 pixels, 764 pesos to 1,019 what? Pesos. Let me enlarge this. All right. That means from 764 pesos to 1,000, or let me modify this a little bit. Okay, to 1,023 what? Pesos. Okay, from 764 pesos, which is this, to 1,024 pesos, which is almost like between from here to here is going to be what? It's going to be a tablet. But from 1,024 pesos, just 1 pesos away, from there now have what? A desktop. So from this 704 pesos to 1,023 pesos is a tablet. Is what? Is a tablet. So any design you are giving for that is going to be target for tablets. Okay. Now we'll now move down to what? To small tablets. Small tablet is from 640 pesos and what? And above. That means from 640 pesos to 763 pesos is what? A small tablet. So you can see how the range is going. Then we now came down to this last one. I will now say, okay, anything that's below 640 pesos, all right, is going to be what? A mobile device. It's going to be a phone. Because there's no way you can carry a phone that is more than what? 640 pesos. Okay, once it just passed 640 pesos, we are going to call it what? A small tablet. Even if the company producing the device is calling it what? A small tablet, don't care. It's going to be what? It's going to be what? A mobile device for us in our design. Okay, I don't know if that answers your question. Or I've forgotten your name. Can I see hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, does this answer your question?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, Josephine.
Yeah, study measurement, is it the actual size that we will use, or you just use it for illustration?
Okay, this is the size I'm going to use. Okay, Ajebe.
Good evening, sir. So I want to ask,
Okay.
can't we design like one particular design that will work for all of them? Or are we going to like design for each separable like this desktop and phone? Can't we design one that will fit in all of them?
All right, okay. You want things to keep on getting better? Yes. Okay. How we are going to do it? We are going to have just one CSS, but I'm just going to do what? To make small change in different what area, okay, which are going to learn in this class. Okay, but you can't just have just one design totally that will affect everything. Okay, because they are going to target a particular device that user is using. But what you are going to do in this class is going to explain everything to you. Do you understand this? All right. Okay. Any other question? All right. Okay. That means we can now go into our code. Then we'll now use a simple example, just very simple example, just a color, okay, to illustrate what we have. Okay, you're going to make it a different color. Okay. Now we are going to, once you go to our code now, we are going to have a background for our desktop to maybe be yellow color, for our tablet to be green. This one can be pink. This can be what? Purple. All right, just different background color for what? For each. Then from there, you can get what I'm trying to do, what illustrate here. All right, so I can just open up my VS Code. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove everything that we have here. Okay, and just remove everything that I have here. Okay, and since it's our CSS, just remove everything apart from this our meta tag. Okay, remove everything we have here. Okay, so you can just come here and create what other HTML. Okay, bear in mind when you are creating your templates. Okay, you can go on, please. Do you have any question?
Please let it bold so that I will be seeing it well.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Thank you so much. All right, so this is better. All right, now when you are creating your HTML templates, remember to make use of this shortcut. Okay, just shift exclamation, then click on what? Enter immediately. Okay, this is just going to give you the template that you need. Especially, you see this particular meta tag here. Okay, if you don't add this in your tag, what you're going to do today is not going to work for you. All right. Either you are creating your own manually or thereabout, but this tag must be here. So I encourage us to make use of what? Shift exclamation when you are creating what? Our template. That is how we used to start. Making sure everything is going to be what? Okay. Because what I actually explained this during our first class. Okay, the reason why you have this meta or this head, this is talking about what? A viewport. And content is going to be based on the width of the device that you are using. And the initial scale is going to be 1 point. So that means there is no scale. Okay, there is no scale. That means you yourself have to scale it up or scale it down as you want. Okay, but initially we have what? 1.0 what scale. Make sure that this tag is actually here. If not, it's not going to work. What I'm going to learn today is not going to work for you. Okay, then we are just going to add our link. Okay, so I can just pass our link. Okay, our link is going to be what? Index.css. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, now in our CSS, I'm going to give a color to our body because by default it's going to be what? It's going to be white. Okay, so let me just start our code and see what happens. Okay, go live. Okay, that's good. Our code is live. Okay, then coming here, I have to do what? Add a body because I want to just give some color. Okay, I can give it background color of what? Red. I save this. Okay, then go back to here. Now you can see we have what? A background color of red for our body. Okay, we have what? A background color of what? Of red. Then even though this is background color of red, we want to have a different color for our what? Our tablet, a different color for our small tablet, a different color for what? Our phone. Okay, this is why I'm making use of this color. I know that there's no site I'm going to design and you say, okay, this home page is going to be white for this device and thereabout, but just for us to see on how the things can actually change, okay, over the screen. It may be a grid and thereabout. So we are still going to explore what on grid. But for the meantime, let's talk about these colors. We want this color to change when we move towards a big what tablet. Okay, how are we going to actually achieve that with use of our CSS? And even before that, we are going to go to our dev tool. Okay, just go to inspect here. All right, then we can be able to do what? To move this thing around to check for what? Our screen size. So as I'm moving this around, you are going to see something at the top of this particular side, this right hand side. Okay, showing me the size, both what in width and what and in height. So the one that is changing here is basically what? The width of the device. So the more I'm shrinking this, the lesser what? The size. Okay, so you can make use of this to track your breakpoint. Okay, or if you prefer to see an actual device, okay, see what is actually going on in what you are doing, you are fine, you can be able to do that. Just come here. We have two icons here. Just come here, the one on the right, click on it. Then automatically you have what? You have another thing showing here. Now, this is going to show you what? Different devices I can use to check your screen. Okay, then just come up here. We have what? Dimensions and responsive. Then click here. So once you click here, you can see different devices that you have. This is iPhone SE. Okay, now if you don't see Techno or Itel, there is no problem. You are going to upgrade one day towards iPhone and you'll enjoy everything. But now they don't consider all those things, but they are still what? They are still the same thing. So all these are companies that actually follow the standard design when it comes to what? Designing what? Devices. And they are the one that powers everything we are using most of the time. Samsung, iPhone, and thereabout. Other products are copying them in terms of screen size. Okay, if I click on this iPhone SE, this is screen for what? iPhone SE. You can see the width. The width is 775 pixels. So that means is what is less than 640 pixels for what we have here. So anything that is less than 640 pixels is regarded as what? A mobile device. Now you can see everything is still playing out well. Even if you come here and select another device, which is still going to be what? A mobile phone. This is an iPhone 12 Pro. Click on it. Now you can see it's now there and what? It's 390 pesos. 390 pesos is less than what? 740 pesos that we have here. Okay, the same thing. Come up here again. Click on iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is now larger than last one, but it's still less than 740 pesos. This is 430 pesos. Okay, it's still less than what? Our 740 pesos. So that means you see what's under mobile device. But now, unfortunately, if you come here and click on something like, you can see iPad mini. Click on iPad mini. Now you can see you have 768 what pesos. That means it's more than what? Is more than this, and is around what? Is around here. Okay, 768 pesos. So that means it's within this particular what? Tablet size, which is what? Big tablet. Okay, if you come here, click on this. This is iPad A. Okay, so this one is around 820 what pesos. So you see what? Big iPad. Okay, still continue to this one. Let's check on Azure's. Okay, nested hub. Okay, so this nested hub is just like a small laptop. Okay, and you can see it's 1024. So that means what is a laptop or a desktop, but it's just the smallest size of what laptop is that what nested hub, and it's around what 1024 what pesos. Okay, then coming here, let's check another one here, nested hub max. So you can see this is 1280 pesos. This is like a normal large size laptop. Okay, so you can see everything you have been learning so far is still targeting for us to understand that, oh, we have different screen size, and even our browser actually understand this. And that is why all these screens are actually changing based on based on the endpoint or the breakpoint that actually was setting here. Now, for the meantime, we are not doing anything here. Everything is see what's red, because I'm not giving a command that, oh, we want this particular thing to be green, yellow, or blue, based on what the breakpoint or the screen or the screen size. Can you guys see any? Okay. So is there any question so far on what you have been learning?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, please. So I joined late anyway. Sorry about that. Please, how do we got this dimensions tab?
Dimension what?
This is dimensions tab.
Okay, this tab.
Yes, for getting this different what's it called? Resolution, screen resolution.
Okay, for you to get that, okay, just on your page here, just right click, go to inspect. So once you get to inspect, you are going to have something like this by default. Okay, you are going to have something like this. Both of these is used for responsive design, but this one is for you to manually toggle and move things around the way you want it to be. Here, you can see that we are going to have some things changing here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if I'm moving this around, you're going to see some things changing, some values changing there. Okay, but when you are practicing, you're going to see it clearly. But for now, I don't know if you can see it from there. Okay, so the value that are changing here is basically the width. Okay, the width of what the device that is changing here. All right, that is what we have been discussing so far. Okay, then if you now want to see an actual device like iPhone and all those things, you come here. Okay, you can see where my mouse is. You can see we have two icons here. This one at the right edge. Okay, just click on it. So once you click on it, then you can now see this tab showing width, height, and all those things. So I can just come here, click here. I can see the device I can pick. Okay, I have iPhone SE. Click on this. This is how iPhone SE is going to be like. I have XR, the same thing, and thereabout. You can increase what the size that can show 100%. It's going to just cover everything. Okay, you can make it 75%. Okay, you can make it what 50%. So you can be able to see everything that is happening what in your screen. Okay, any other question? All right, okay. If there is no other question, then we can now move into what we have in terms of designing this. All right. And let's come here. Now, this is our body. We are able to do what? We are able to design for desktop. So by default, we have agreed that by default, don't want much confusion. Sometimes you can decide to design from what? From phone. But that's what most of the time causes confusion for students. Okay. So we are starting what? We are starting what? With our desktop. Okay. And we have designed for what? For desktop. Let's just come here and just give a comment. Design for desktop. Okay. So by default, anything we are doing by default is going to be what? A desktop what? Design. All right. Then next thing we are going to do here, we want to design for what? For big tablets, okay, or normal tablets, okay. Design for big tablets. Okay. Then we are going to learn about what you call media query. Media query is just you checking different size of what a device that is being used to access a particular website. Okay. Then we are going to query our media. Okay. How do we do that media query? We are going to make use of the property in CSS. It's already there. Okay. You just have to learn how to use it. How do you use it? Just add @ here. Then automatically you're going to see media screen and some other things here. So this media screen you are seeing here, just click on what? Enter. Okay. Now you can see at media. Next thing you can see screen. Okay. Then your curly braces. This screen is for you to edit it. You're not going to leave it this way. You're going to edit it and give it what? The kind of screen that you actually want, that you want it to be. Okay. The kind of screen that you want it to be. So I'm going to remove this, then pass what? A bracket. Now in this bracket, you are going to decide the maximum length or the maximum width a screen should look like, or the minimum width. But now we are going to make use of what? Max width. I'm still going to explain why we make use of what? This max width and why it's applying to other devices. So if I come here and say max width, okay, is going to be what? 1024 pixels. Okay, so this is how I'm able to do it. To give a condition that once a screen has a maximum width of what? 1024 pixels. That means this screen is going to be what? It's going to be a tablet. Let's go back to our schedule and check out something first. Coming to this our schedule, we are able to see that any screen that is above what? 1024 pixels is regarded as what? As a desktop. So that means anything that is below this is not what? It's not a desktop. So you want to apply a particular what? Design for it. Even though we know that mobile device is about 240 pixels and below. But what you want to do, you want to take things sequentially. You want to work with this tablet first, then work for small tablet, then work for phone. All right. Just the same way in which, even if you don't add any media query, everything is red in our screen. All right. Everything is red, even though we don't add multimedia query. Now I want to add media query for this tablet. Okay. For this tablet, it's still going to affect this and this. The reason being that we are passing a condition here. We are saying that we are going to actually affect anything which the max width is what? 1024. That means the highest width that thing can have, the device can have, okay, is going to be 1024. That means from 1024 and below, okay, we want to do what? We want to add a style for them. From 1024 and below, we want to do what? Add a style for them. That means for 1024, that means for our big tablet, our small tablet, and our mobile, all of them are below what? 1024. Because the condition we passed here is the max screen, the maximum screen that particular device can have is 1024. So anything that is below 1024 is going to be what? Affected. And things that are below 1024 are, coming to our schedule, are tablets, small tablets, and what? And our mobile devices. Then you can now go ahead and give it what? A style for each one. So we are going to neglect this body that we have here. Then we come here and now start designing what? For that particular screen size. I can now say background color is going to be what? Yellow. Okay. Now if I save this and go back to our code, to our design here, okay, now we see red, good and fine, because of what? The screen size is still what? Is still more than 1024. But if you keep on going down, reducing it, okay, keep on going down, keep on going down. All right, it's going down, it's going down. Now it's around 1025, 1025. Then I go down again, automatically it changes to yellow. Okay, that means from here downwards, it's going to be what? It's going to be yellow. All of them is going to be yellow, even though we are now passing even mobile and thereabouts. It's going to be what? It's going to be yellow. There is no what? There is no problem. If you keep on increasing it, so once you get to that 1024 pesos, it turns to what? It turns to red, because it have actually recognized that this actually is what? Is a desktop, and automatically it turns to what? It turns to red. That means from here and above, it's going to be what? It's going to be red. Can you guys hear me? All right. Okay. Is there any question on what we just illustrated now?
Sir, can you repeat that? I didn't understand that last thing that you said.
That last word. Can you hear me, please? That last word. Can you guys hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
The last statement that you just made, that when you are increasing this screen size, the thing you change color. I don't understand it.
Okay, I'm saying that when we are going down, all right, once it's less than 1024, it changes to yellow. Okay, good and fine, because our condition is that once the screen is less than 1024, the color should become yellow. Okay, then now we are done checking for the yellow color. We want to start increasing our screen size before we are reducing it. Now I want to start what? Increasing it. Okay, we are now increasing it. Okay, now it changes to what? To red. Even if you keep on increasing it, it's still going to be red, because the condition is that once it's less than 1024, okay, it should be what? Yellow. It not say that if it's more than 1024, it should be yellow. Okay, so once the first condition has been met, there's no problem. Okay, so everything here is still red because of what? The condition is that if it's less than 1024, it should be yellow. Okay, and that is what we just did now. So we're able to do what? Achieve that. Okay, now you guys can see what's happening there. We're able to even small tablets and phone, their size is still what? Is still that yellow, because they are less than what? 1024. The next thing now is for us to design for what? Our small tablets. Okay, our small tablets is what? 640 what? 640 pesos. Okay, then what you are going to do is to come here and do the same thing. Okay, say for design for small tablets. All right, pass our media query. Remove this and just put what? A bracket. I can say max what? Max width. Okay, max width of what? Just come here and check the screen that we have for our tablet. So max width of what? 764 what? Pesos. Okay, that means you want to target from here below. Okay, just the same way we did for this one. From we said less than 1024, all right, is going to be what? Is going to be what we want to target. And we have to target tablets, small tablets, and phone. Then next one, I'm going to say, oh, you want to target less than 740 what pesos. That means we are avoiding this, and we are not targeting from here to here. So that means our plan is that here is going to be red, which we have before. Here is going to be yellow. Then here is going to be another color that I want to give it. Okay. Then we'll now go ahead and now say 740 what? This 740 that you have there, 764. It's 764 pesos. Then we'll now say body. Okay, it's going to be background color. It's going to be, let's say, blue. Okay, background color is going to be what? It's going to be blue. Then move back to our web page. Right now, we are going to now test it. Okay, we are going to move down. Okay, we are moving down. Okay, we have yellow. Okay, we are moving down again. We have blue. Okay, so you can see how it's going. We move from the largest screen. Okay, we want to make sure that we are less than 1024 pesos. Good, we are less than it. Keep on moving down. We want to make sure you are less than 765 pesos. Now we are less than it. Okay, now this is targeting both our small tablets and what, and our mobile what, our mobile phone. Then by now you should be having that epiphany moment that, oh, if we say any screen size that is less than 640 pesos, okay, it's going to do what? They're going to target for phone now. Okay, we're going to do a target for phone, because now we are done targeting for what? Small tablet. Is now for what? For phone. So mass screen of what? 640 pesos. Any screen that has a mass screen of 640 pesos is going to be what? For phone. Okay, so we move ahead. Come here and now do what? Give a comment design for mobile phone. Okay, I can pass at media. Then here, remove this and say max what? Max width, which is going to be what? Is going to be 640 what? Pesos. Okay, we are going to see it as what? As a mobile phone. So I can just pass body and say background color. Okay, background color is going to be what? I can say this blue violet. Blue what? Blue violet. Okay, then save this. Then go back to our web. All right, so let's just start afresh from red. So we are moving from red. Okay, moving down, yellow. Moving down, okay, you can see it from blue to this violet, from blue to violet. Okay, so you can see we are able to cover the 4 important screen size that we have. And this is the way you can be able to do what? You can be able to achieve this. Okay, being able to make use of this media query, you are doing what? You are already what? Achieving what we want to achieve there. Is there any question so far? Can you guys hear me? All right, okay. You guys can see that this is actually very, very interesting. Okay, designing web development and thereabout is very easy and is actually very interesting. Okay, now if you're not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please try and do that. Follow us on X. All right. Also, research Next College. So this is a free class for the meantime, and it's going to is meant to last for what? For 1 month. And this is basically the 3rd week. From next week, we'll be done with what? Our free class. So make sure you register and also make your payments before we are done. All right, so I don't actually get cut off. So you can want to continue with us and keep on learning. This class is being posted in YouTube now because it's a free class for everyone. Okay, even those that want to learn in future, they can still come and watch on YouTube. Okay, but you guys are here already. I want to make sure that I carry everyone along. Okay, next college, I want to carry every person along. All right, so don't just end it here. I want you to make sure that you continue this particular program. Just 1 year program, and we turn you from nothing to a full stack web developer. Okay, now what you're going to do now is to apply a practical approach to what you have been learning so far. Now we're just changing color and thereabout, but that is not really the main thing, because now I want to do more of design. Okay, how can we achieve that? We are going to use grid and let me say font size to do one or two things. Okay, and bear in mind, even if you change this to our normal view here, because this is purple because of what is a mobile. All these things that are mobile is just going to be that purple color. Okay, then if you come to iPad mini, it changes. Okay, if you come to Nest Hub, you see this. Then if you come to Nest Hub map, it's now red. Okay, so all these things are actual simulators for different devices. Okay, so I can just expand this again. Then what I'm going to do is for us to give an example of something that is rare. Okay, in this our body, I want to have a div. Okay, this div is going to hold what? It's going to hold four small divs that are going to be in grid position. Okay, so I can just give it a div. Okay, just make it 4. All right. And again, for those of you that we are asking about the extension I was using, because once I make a save, automatically everything is formatted the right way it's meant to be. Okay, some of you guys, if you say something is not being formatted the way it's meant to be. Okay, I'm making use of Prettier as an extension. For you to install a Prettier, just come to this extension, click on this extension, then search for Prettier. Okay, now Prettier, click on it. Make sure you're in the right one. Prettier code formatter. All right, and take a look at everything here. Prettier.io. Okay. Once you are sure that this is the one you want to install, you are going to have install button here. Okay, you click on you click on install. So once you click on install, it's going to install Prettier to your VS Code as an extension. Once it's done installing, sometime automatically it becomes your default formatter. But if your own is not your default formatter, how do you actually check it? Okay, just make a space here and save. So if you make a space and save, and there is no formatting for you, aligning things the way it's meant to be and thereabout, then that means you have to go to the setting and do one or two things there. Just come to setting here, click on it, go to the settings. All right, then go down here. After this auto save, okay, before this auto save, you're going to see format on save. Make sure that you check it. It should be It should be tick. Okay, it should be good. Just check it here. Then come down to this place. Click here. You are going to see some other things here. Just choose this Prettier code formatter. Click on it. Okay. Once you have installed it, you are going to have Prettier code formatter and an editor extension there. So once you have auto selected it, then go back to HTML. Make any change and save. Automatically, it's going to do format everything, align it the way it's meant to be. Now, once we look at this, here you can see that this is actually a body. Okay. Here is a parent to all these divs. Okay, making everything just align very well. If I come here and give space, okay, come here and give space. Because we are doing this, you'll be confused. You'll be confused on which one is even the parent, which one is even the child. All right, you'll be confused. But once you have this Prettier, Once I save this, automatically all the child are going to be what in the same line. Why there will be what some indentation showing that this actually is the parents. Okay, so make sure you install Prettier. If you have any issue while installing it or it's not working, just let us know in the group. Okay, we help you out with that. Okay, can you guys hear me? All right, okay. Now we have what? We have this div. This div is the parents div. Okay, this is the what? The parents what? Parents div. Why all these ones are what? The children div or child. Okay, this is the children. This is children div. So all these are just child 1, child 2, child 3, and child 4. All right. And you want to do what? You want to give it what? A grid what? Display. So I'm just going to give a class name to this what? Parents. Call it what? Parents. Okay, I can save this. All right, then go to my CSS. So I'm going to have dot what? Dot parents here. You can see I'm doing it within what the design for desktop. It's not inside our tablet or our mobile for now. Okay, it's just what inside our desktop or design. Okay, here I'm just going to give it what display of what of grid. All right, and I'm going to give it what grid template column of 1 FR, 1 FR, 1 FR, 1 FR. Okay, this was taught in former classes. So if you are not there, just go to our YouTube video. You can be able to do what? Our YouTube channel. You can be able to watch all the display property, both flex and what and grid. All right. Now I'm giving it 1 FR, 1 FR, 1 FR. I want to have what? I want to have the 4 divs. All right. Within what? Within the parents. I just should span from the left to what? To right. Okay, of what? Of equal size. It should be what? Of equal size. Okay, so we have this. Then want to also design for those children div. Okay, div. That means I'm selecting the parents and I'm saying targeting each children or each child inside it. All right. Then coming here, I'm not going to use what? I'm going to give it a height. Let me just say 400 watts pesos. Okay, give it a border of 1 pesos solid. Let me say white and save. Okay, let's check what we have here. Okay, see what we have here. So we have what? We have 4 items here. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all of them has what? Border of what? Border of white. Okay? White. All right. Then next we are going to do is we want to give padding at what? The body. Insert, body tag insert. Let's give padding. You can give padding of what? 30 what? 30 pesos and save. So let's see what we have here. Good. So this is now becoming better. So padding of what? 30 pesos. So these are what? Our div. Div 1, div 2, div 3. Okay. Then coming here, in this our div, it's a gap so that they can space from each other. Okay. Pesos. Okay, it's not this. A gap of what? And you can see we have a gap. Increase the gap. So let's just give it a gap of good. We have this gap here. So you can see this is what this is our grid system. I what one FR, all of them should be what, in the same size. And they should be 4 in what, in a particular row. And that is what we just achieved now. All right. Then let's just increase the border width for this. So you can make this to be 5 pesos. Okay, good. It's now becoming clear in the eye. All right. So this is what we have. Okay. And now we have seen this kind of thing in some websites where you have what? Where you have divs. Okay. Maybe you can have a profile picture here, someone saying something or thereabouts. All these kind of cards must have seen it what in the internet out there, right? But now this is good for laptop. It's good. 4 of them staying this way is perfect. There's no problem like this. But when we start scaling down or start reducing this thing, okay, let me just go to inspect. Okay. Now I'm just going to start going down now. Okay. I'm going down. Even though we are changing to yellow, but these particular grid boxes, they are not changing. Okay. Go down. They are not changing, they are still shrinking. And it's not going to look good in the eye. All right. It's not looking good. By now, this should be just like 2 here. All right. Then if you now go down to mobile device, it's meant to be maybe just 1 instead of what? Instead of 4. This is not good. How are you going to handle this? All right. That means we have to still go down to our CSS and things we have been doing. Now we want, when you are moving from this red or from this size to this size, we want to make it 3. Okay, 3 is okay here at this particular screen size. Okay. And now what we are going to do is just to come back to our design for this our big tablet. Okay. Looking at everything that we have here, in these parents, we like everything here. We want to display of grid. We want a gap of 20. We want grid template column. No, we don't want this one. We want it to be what? 1 FR, 1 FR, 1 FR. Okay, that is what we want. We want 3 items in what? In a row. We don't want 4 items in a row. We just want 3 items what? In a row. Okay, so we want every other thing. And even this child div, we want everything that is here. So that means the only thing we want to change basically is just this grid template column of 1 FR, 1 FR, 1 FR. Okay, that means you're going to leave every other thing, then just make a change on this particular property. What I'm going to do now is just come down here and now say dot parents. Okay. Then what do I want to change now? I just want to work on what the grid template column of 1 FR. Okay, 1 FR, 1 FR. The FR there is fraction. Okay, once I save this, then come to this. So you can see we have what? We have 3 items showing here. And now the funny thing is that, this is actually showing white, and this white and yellow is not working well for us. Now say, we want to change this border. Okay, from this particular white, we want it to be under color, maybe black. Okay, that means you can still work on it. Okay, come down here, check that property that bears that. Okay, that means it's dot parent and div. Okay, and just come here and say dot parents. Okay, then div. Okay, I want to work on, I like the height. The border is where I want to work on. Okay, so I can just say border. Okay, 5 pesos solid black. I want it to be what? I want it to be black. Then save this. Now, once I go back to my code, now you can see we have what? We have black. Okay, if I try to increase this width, you can see we are moved to red and the border is what? Is white. But once we come down, okay, so you can see we have yellow, but the border is what? It's black, right? If you keep on going down, it's still going to be 3 divs there because they are not actually affected other screens. So keep on going down. Okay, you see 3, even though it's black, there's no problem. Keep on going down, see 3, it's that same black. So how do you now work on the next one? So the next one is for us to change this particular 3 divs here to 2 what? 2 divs. Then maybe give it back its color of what? Its color of white, because you like white. Because in this regard, this particular blue color is a dark color. So we want to actually add what? A white border and make this particular divs inside it to be 3, not to be 2. Okay, making it 2 is going to do what? It's going to look good. Okay, can you guys hear me? All right, okay. Then coming here, then we now just move down to what? To this our small tablet. Then we already know what we are working on. Okay, we are working on what? The parents. But what? Parents. I want to give it what? Grid template column of what? 1FR, 1FR. Okay, and at the same time we want to just change the border to be white. Okay, I also say parents and div and say border. I just use border color. Don't need to change everything. Border color, I can just use white. Then go back here. Good. You can see what we have here. So we have 2 items. Okay, we have 2 divs placed side by side. Okay, the second one is placed was side by side, but now it's not making sense that if you are moving to our site with a different screen size, automatically everything is just going to do what? Balance. So this is what this is for our desktop. Going down, our big tablets. Okay, going down, our small tablets. But still going down is not good for our phone. All right, that means we are going to do what? We are going to handle for our phone. Okay, then come down for our phone here. Okay, let's now talk about our phone. Here, I'm going to use dot parents say grid template column of 1FR, because just want 1 div. Okay, 1 div, 1 div, 1 div. So everything should be arranged from up to what? Down. Don't want to have 2. Okay, 2 divs lying side by side. You just want to have one fashion, one fashion. That means you should cover the whole width. Okay. I think that is the only thing there. Now save this. Then go back to our code. Then try to reduce this. Good. So you can see what we have here. So we have what? We have just one div lying on top of what? On top of each other. Okay, making things actually what? Much more beautiful compared to jam packing everything. If someone is making use of mobile device, automatically everything is just going to be stacked off each other. And if you have any text here, the text can now expand very, very well. Okay, this is how we do what? We do responsive design. That means if you are working, okay, maybe even it may even be a text. Some text can be big in desktop, but once it comes to mobile device, that text should be reduced, because it's going to look somehow. It's not going to look good in the eye. So you have to change the font size, maybe to something like even 10 pixels, anyone you choose, good and fine. There's no problem. Okay, even if we expand this thing back. Okay, then go back to our mobile stuff. Let's now view it in mobile. So everything is going to make sense. So you can see it's going to do what? Look good. Okay, it's going to look good. So you can see it here. Same thing here. Everything is just looking what? Is looking nice. Okay, everything is what? Looking nice. Okay, can you guys see any questions so far? Okay, AJB.
So my question, can we like do examples so that we can No, you the team will work perfectly fine like the way they are doing.
Can we do what? Please, I couldn't hear you. Can we do what?
Can we design a page, then try this responsive design if the team will work perfectly fine like the way they are doing it?
Yeah, it's going to be an assignment, all right, because this is a live class and I don't have much time, all right. So everything you are doing here, like in the last class, we designed our LinkedIn profile. Okay, I gave it an assignment. Just one person has submitted the WhatsApp group. Okay, I like when people are trying doing things based on practical. Okay? Once you are done learning some things here, you have to do what? Apply it based on practical. Okay, that LinkedIn page is only one person that submitted it, and that is going to test your ability to do what? To make use of positioning, display, and all those things. Okay, so it may be good for you to just be watching me play some tricks and all those, but if you don't practice it, it's nothing. I'm not gaining anything. All right, so what you are doing now is just for you to understand. I'm trying my best to make sure that everybody is going to what? Understand what's being taught. Okay, but if you have enough time, we can say we want to touch on this, want to design something. Yes, for the meantime, you guys are learning all this property. And a time is going to come when we will start building something. Like if you come to class, okay, want to build this thing and get about. It may take us about 3 classes, okay, for us to build a very nice web page and thereabout. Okay. But you now, given it as a practical for you, you trying your best to implement it. You are going to learn a lot from doing that. Okay, so once we come to this class, we are doing our best to do what? To dissect different meaning, different strategy of this on this. Then you designing some other things is now left for you based on what? Based on assignment. Okay, do you have any other question?
So actually, this is my first time of joining the class. This class, I thought you would answer that assignment since most of me, I didn't even know about the assignment, sha, but since one person has submitted and the rest has not done anything about it, I thought you would answer the assignment before you give us another assignment, sir.
All right, we are joining for the first time. So what you are going to do, all right, for you to get started and understand where we are coming from, is for you to go to our YouTube channel. Are you in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in the WhatsApp group. Like for how long now?
From the beginning, but actually I was busy. That's why I didn't join the class.
Okay,
So,
from the beginning, you have to start from the YouTube. Okay,
okay.
from the
Okay.
first class we had, you are going to understand our flow in teaching here. Okay, so once you start from that first video in our YouTube channel, everything is going to open up to you. Before you even watch, if you bring out 2 hours every day or 4 hours every day to go through that YouTube channel, okay, before 1 week, okay, you should be done watching this YouTube channel. Okay, if you're no longer busy again, you should be done watching those YouTube channel, and you should be up and speed with us at this particular level. Okay, so before next week, because next week we are entering JavaScript. That JavaScript, just like everybody starting afresh. Okay, it's a programming language. We are going to start from the beginning. So you have to learn HTML, CSS. So if you miss this, you just go to the YouTube channel and do what? And just watch it. Then from next class, if you don't want to also miss it, you are going to start with JavaScript. That means you have to come on time, pay attention, ask questions. That one is just like a fresh what, a fresh start for another aspect. We learned HTML, which is what, the structural language. We learned CSS, which is what, this styling. Okay, and this is the last class for our CSS for now. Okay, then we're also going to learn about JavaScript, which is what, the functionality. That means make sure you join what, the next class. So once you join the next class, you'll be able to, let me say, answer any question, or even participate in any assignment that is being given in the group. Okay, so I encourage you to watch the YouTube channel, and from next week, you join immediately. Okay, another question, please. All right, okay. Now let's just make small modification on what we did here. Okay, we are repeating ourselves here. Okay, we have one FR, one FR. Okay, then I'm going to remove this and just add repeat to one FR. So once repeat to what one FR. Then come here, the same thing. You can say what repeat 3 what 1 FR. You see the same thing. Instead of repeating yourself this way, and just come here and say repeat 4 what 1 FR. Then I can do what I can save this. Okay, so everything is going to work perfectly the same. There is no what, there is no problem. Okay, everything is going to work perfectly the same. There is no what, there is no problem. Okay, everything is the same. Going down, shrinking it, and thereabouts. Okay, and this is what, this is responsive design. So the only thing you have to pick up here is that you're able to understand that you have a different screen size. Okay, and you have known the value for all these what screen size. Now, some people may not work with this particular screen size, but this is the screen size that is advisable everywhere. Okay, to work with. Okay, is out there, and everybody's making on this particular one. But in case you have any reason that you don't want to make use of a particular screen size and thereabout, good and fine. You can add more to your own. But this is what the standard that you should follow from now. But when it became or you become pro in CSS, you can now add more screen size and some other design that you want to add when you come to what, when it comes to working with responsive design. Okay, so being able to understand all the screen size and the value is another catch. Then coming down to your CSS, okay, now understanding how to now apply them is another catch. Now we're able to start with what our default design is going to be what is going to be for our desktop. Our default design is for our desktop. We now move from there. Then the next one is what is our tablet. Okay, that's our big tablet. The next one is what our small tablet. The next one is what is for our phone. So the phone is the lowest in the list, while the desktop is what at the top. All right. Then anything you are changing, because by default, since you are designing with what, with your laptop, that means most of the time you want to see how things is in the laptop first. For example, say, you want to now start making it responsive and thereabout. That means once you are done designing, some people may even design the whole web page first before they say, oh, I now want to start making it what responsive. Then they now come down and start working on each responsiveness one by one. Okay. Now coming down here, that does not mean that I'm going to start designing everything afresh. Those small things you want to change, like color, font size. Okay. Just leave every other thing that is working perfectly fine for you. Not like what we did here. What we did here, we want to change what the template column. We like the display of grade. We like the gap of 20 pieces. So what you just want to change is what the grid what template column. And just move ahead, make use of our dot parents, then just go ahead and do what? Add what you want to change. And by providing it, automatically you are going to do what? To have only what? 3 columns instead of what? 4 columns. The same thing happens to what? To our parents did, because now I want to change the color to what? To black. Okay? Even though we just prepare everything here, I can just say other color of what? Of black. Automatically, it's still going to do what? Respect that we gave it a height of 40 pixels. Okay? But the only thing you want to change is just basically the what? The border color. So that means you're not really repeating everything you had in your CSS. Let me say for this desktop design, but you're targeting those things that you want them to change for what? For other screen. Maybe for desktop or for tablets, big tablets, small tablets, or what? Or for phone. Okay? And that is how we can be able to do what? We can be able to handle responsive what? Responsive design. Okay, so is there any question based on today's class before we call it a day? Any question at all? All right, okay. So if there is no question, so the video will be out there very soon. I know we are in weekend, but do your best to just go through the video. Okay. Don't allow the video to escape a day without you watching it and practicing. Okay, just make sure that you maintain that energy that you came in here with. Okay, don't allow it to diminish. You are going to face some challenges when you are learning. Everybody does so. Everyone does so. If it was very, very easy, everybody will be into tech. Okay? Because it's not that very easy. It requires patience. It requires a strong will. So you must have a strong will, okay, and you must be disciplined. At the same time, I must make sacrifice. That is one thing, okay, to make sure that you're able to scale up in tech. It's not going to be easy. Nobody's going to, okay, that this thing you want to join in is going to be very, very easy for you. No, it's not going to be easy because you're going to solve problems for people and for yourself or for your community. And solving problem is not a sweet thing. Okay, it's not a sweet thing, but it can also come with a reward. Okay, so once you are done learning programming as a whole, now you can start solving problems, you can start developing applications. And any person that is a problem solver, over the time, is going to become what? Successful in life. That is true, because once you are solving problem, you have value. And once you have value, you attract attention, you attract money, a lot of things at the same time. Influence, power, and other things. Okay, the same way Elon Musk was able to start with normal HTML and CSS, that is what you're also doing now. Even Mark Zuckerberg and thereabouts, if like they gave up because this is hard for me and just give up, okay, that means you don't even have Facebook now and thereabouts. So I encourage everyone to make sure once we are done with our class, once the video is out, practice. It's just 2 hours of practice. And you can even fast forward it because then some of these things you understand some of them. Okay, just fast forward it to the part that is confusing. Then you can just do what practice on that. Okay, so if there is no other question, I'll be expecting you guys in our next class, which is on Tuesday next week. Okay, have a good night, guys, and happy weekend.